Hello, everyone. My name is Candace Rowan, and today I'm going to be presenting to you um, a lot of what I shared with your students during, or your children, the first few days of school, so that you better understand our classroom, and you know what will be expected this year. So this is welcome to the first day of school, and I'll say welcome back to school. I am Candace Rowan, and I'm general in room 209. And my email's on the bottom there, and you can access me at any point through email. I did say to the students the first day of school can be difficult, and particularly this year, we start out very excited and ready to go, and by the end of the day, look like the right side pictures. I also shared this is my little one that I do talk about a lot in class. And she has been struggling a little bit this year to get going after being home in quarantine for so long. She fell asleep in the refrigerator. So I did talk to the students about some of the changes this year. Generally, every Wednesday, we'll be meeting virtually as a class for 35 minutes, all periods 1 through 9 in a row. Whenever virtual, the students are expected to have their cameras on. Other than Wednesdays, classes will be 70 minutes long, and you only have 4 classes a day. We do have a system for the students that are coming to class that if they are in a period 1 or 3, they sit in a blue labeled seat, and period 2 and 4 in a white labeled seat, so that we can clean the seats in between periods and students are not sitting in the same seat 2 periods in a row. This is so, again, we're trying to keep the school as clean as possible. And this is stuff that we know by now, but when in school, the students are asked to wear masks, social distance, and as best as possible, use up and down stairwells. And I also shared with them when they walked in my room, they would see a shower curtain across the front of the room. And this is my classroom. This is where you would have been sitting on back to school night. But this is, again, just a little added protection. There is also an air conditioner to bring outside air in. The windows are open. And I did say to the students, it is a really good idea this year to dress warmly for school, layers just with the windows being open. I shared that you cannot spell challenge without change. And we're going to face a lot of challenges this year because we're being forced to change so much. But with that comes tremendous growth. And one of my biggest challenges for me this year is getting to know the students in my class. I was used to seeing students 5 days a week, and now I don't see them that often, and they're behind masks. But I really believe you can focus on problems or you can focus on solutions. So what I did is I had the students share pictures of themselves on an app called Padlet and just talk a little bit about themselves. We also, and this was the end of the first day of school, but then we also talked about who I am as a teacher. So if I could present this briefly. So I shared with them, and I call it my American story, being an American history teacher. So I said, my story is an American history story. I recently did 23andMe. I wanted to find out more about my background, but I've always said I'm half Puerto Rican and half Irish. And I told the students after doing 23andMe, I found out that's really not true. I'm a whole bunch of different things mixed in one. I did talk to them about both of my parents being first generation in America, that they moved here when they were kids. My mom from Ireland, my dad from Puerto Rico. But beyond that, who am I? So I am a wife. My wedding picture is there. That is my wonderful husband. I'm a mother and stepmother. I have 2 stepchildren, and that is my daughter in the pictures. Of course, I'm a teacher, a sister, a daughter, and a friend. I have a bachelor's degree in American Studies from Rampo College. And American Studies is interesting. It's different than just studying history. And this is my philosophy even for education. I bring in a lot more than just facts and dates and people. We will listen to music in American history and look at poetry and paintings. We will look at the culture in America more than just the historical facts of America. I also recently got my master's degree in educational leadership from Montclair State University. I just finished that about a year ago. And I tell the students I'm a real New Jersey girl. I've lived here my whole life. I've gone to college here and graduate school here. And if they have any questions about New Jersey colleges, I'm a good resource to go to. This is my house. Okay, this is not my house, but I do share this with the students we will be learning in U.S. history about people that lived in houses like this and how they got there and what they did to get there, but also that this is one of my other passions. I do love to travel to historical places, visit historical places as often as possible, be silly in those historical places, as you can see here. Then I asked them to share their personal history, and this is how I got to know them more. And it was really a wonderful project to start the year, and they shared really great memories with me and things that they felt were significant in their life. And I was so happy to start the school year off this way because the students really did get involved in this project. And like I said, even though I don't see them every day in class, it really helped me to get to know them. I do also want to share that you can access my webpage at any point from the school site. This is it here. And you can access my Google Classrooms from here. Here are the classroom links, my email directly from here. If there are any announcements and calendars, if you want to see what is due when, you can take a look at the calendars here and they will show you what is coming up, what we're doing on different days. It's all available right here. Okay. So that's a great resource to have. And again, this is my website that you can access directly from the school webpage. And then finally, I just want to talk a little bit about my expectations and procedures. And I've told the students I don't have a lot of rules, but my number one rule is to be respectful. When we talk about American history, there are sensitive topics. And especially in a Zoom setting or a Meet setting, we want the students to be respectful of others' opinions. You don't have to agree with them, but you always want to deliver stuff in a respectful way. Be prepared, and that used to mean being in your seat in the classroom, but now it means being on the Meet on time, ready to work. Also following the school rules, even though you're at home. I was like, please don't eat, a pepperoni pizza in the middle of class if you're home, because you probably wouldn't do that in the classroom. You can go through this also. I do talk about grading policy. This is available for you to look further on Google Classroom. But I've told the students tests will be a little different this year. We will focus really on projects and essays versus tests and quizzes this year, just with the nature of hybrid learning. There will be homework and classwork, but class participation is incredibly important this year. Every day you have a chance to earn 10 points, and that's by being on the Meet on time, participating, doing the do nows and exit tickets, and everything else that's involved in class participation. I do warn them, be careful of plagiarism. The first time you will get a 0 on the assignment, the second time that you'll fail for the marking period, and third time lose credit for the course. And we do talk about how to prevent plagiarism to make sure that they're not doing it even accidentally. If a student is absent, I remind them it's their responsibility to find out what they missed. Have a charged laptop, although people are home now, so that's a little bit better. I always recommend a binder. It's not necessary for the class. I do like to take notes and keep everything in one spot. The students don't need it. The Chromebook provides that, but I do encourage it. I'm here for extra help, even if it's through a Meet and it's virtually, I can always help. And then I ask the students to initial the bottom and have a parent or guardian initial. Now, if you have any further questions, again, please reach out, send me an email at any point. We're gonna have a great year. I just know it. Thank you.